Hello class! This video is Unit 1, Lesson 2, Digital Access and Digital Wellness. Let's get started. So first I want to discuss what full access to the internet means. Due to the limitations of Kanawha County Schools' Apple devices, you will not always have full access to everything that is available on the internet. But when you're on your own personal cell phone or laptop or desktop computer or maybe even your own tablet, that is when you're able to have full access. So here are 6 requirements of having full access. First, you share and or consume electronic information. Consuming meaning reading, embracing, playing on a game. So you are into that electronic information and you are potentially sharing it with others, or you're just learning yourself. Second, you contribute and distribute electronic information. So anytime you make a post on a social media, you are sharing and contributing and distributing electronic information. When you post something, a new idea is happening that has not necessarily been explored on the internet yet from your perspective. 3, you share appropriate content. I think this one's pretty much a given, but you're sharing news articles, you're sharing positive things. You're not necessarily sharing things that you shouldn't be on. Number 4 is that you credit and cite any source that you use to share information online. So we're going to get a little bit deeper into this in Lesson 4 when we talk about digital law and copyright on the internet. Number 5, you participate in the digital space appropriately. And number 6, you respect others at all times. So how can we make digital access more equal to everybody? Well, there's something called assistive technologies, and this is technology that helps perform specific tasks for people with disabilities or different learning styles. These can give a user self-confidence, they can boost engagement with a site or a video, and it encourages independence for its users. As you can see by my word cloud here, sometimes that involves audio, sometimes that involves recording, accessibility. You might have difficulty with something, and an assistive technology can help modify how you interact with that content. So if we check out the graphic organizer on the screen, we can see many different uses for assistive technology. For example, somebody might need that assistive technology to communicate, or they may need it in order to hear or see content a little bit more easily. This can also help with studying. You can use brainstorming or study aids and note-taking apps. You can also use applications that limit distractions and help with time management. Text-to-speech is one that I use very frequently personally whenever I have laryngitis and I'm trying to communicate. So assistive technology, what it does is it gives everybody equal access to the same material. Now let's dive a little deeper into digital access specifically at school. So your Kanawha County Schools iPad devices have specific functions that they're meant to do. So some appropriate uses of devices would be playing educational games like that Interland game that I've assigned for the past 2 weeks, informing others with educational websites or educational-based messaging, which would be communicating through Schoology or maybe like a Google document in order to collaborate with your peers. Some inappropriate uses of devices would include non-educational games. Sorry, we're not playing Fortnite in here. Cyberbullying, trolling each other, and personal-based messaging. So that you are aware, Kanawha County Schools has access to everything that you do on your device. So you want to keep it very, very appropriate because somebody is watching. One digital access issue is sexting. MTV did a poll of teenagers and found that 30% of teenagers have sent sexually explicit images, videos, or messages to one another. So the video we're about to watch is going to go a little bit into some of the potential dangers of sending those types of messages through your devices.
People don't know the consequences. You can take a picture of yourself and it can go around to every single guy in school. Wanting to like me more. He kept asking for pictures of me.
He kept saying, well, nobody will find out. You won't get in trouble for it.
The pictures of him taken, I never thought they would end up on the internet.
They were trying to charge me with sex offending because I sent the picture and I sent it to another friend.
Every person has experienced saying something or doing something where we thought, I really shouldn't have done that. Sometimes we can fix that. If it's something where we said something to a friend, we know we shouldn't have said it, we can go back, we can apologize. Sexting is different. Once it's sent, we can't take it back. We can't apologize. We can't take back the damage that's done once that picture of us is out there.
So we've learned from this video that once you put something out there online, it never fully goes away and you can't necessarily tell where it goes. So you need to be careful with what you send. If you've received a message or you fear that something that you have sent may travel farther, you need to talk to a teacher or a school administrator so that they can take proper action in helping you. Now we're going to move on to some of the physical dangers of technology use. So, as you can see from my list on the screen, you could possibly get carpal tunnel syndrome, which is a injury that happens to your wrist. You could have eye strain or poor posture. So, in order to prevent these problems, you want to sit in a chair that's the appropriate height to keep your screen at eye level. This will help reduce physical injuries. Another physical danger related to technology use is distracted driving. The clip you're about to watch shows drone footage of a highway in South Florida and picks out who is driving while distracted. So this includes talking on the phone or eating or sending a text message. If you are in a vehicle with somebody who is driving while distracted, you can tell them to put the phone away and tell them to stop if you feel unsafe. Even if this is an adult, telling them that you feel unsafe will protect you in the long run. As well as physical dangers related to technology use, there are also some emotional dangers as well, especially when dealing with cyberbullying. On the screen, I've got 5 different types of cyberbullying that happen on the internet. So let's go through them. So first we have harassment, and harassment is sending mean messages to an individual or to a group. Next we have flaming, and flaming is an online fight exchanged via emails or direct messaging or chat rooms. I've overheard students before talking about their online beef. and how they had public online beef with somebody else. So this is an example of flaming and could be regarded as cyberbullying. Next, we have exclusion, and exclusion is the act of intentionally singling out and leaving a person out from an online group. Now, this is the case where you have a group chat with all of your friends, and then you make a second group chat just to exclude one person. You need to think about how that person feels. Put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if that group had a group message singling you out? Be kind to your friends and don't exclude them. Next, we have outing. An outing is where a bully would share personal or private information or photos or videos about someone publicly. So this goes hand in hand with the sexting that we talked about earlier. That outing would be if that person would share those explicit images or text messages. Or maybe it's just a personal thing that you don't want to get out. Last but not least, we have masquerading, or as I personally like to call it, catfishing. And this is the situation where the bully creates a fake identity to harass someone anonymously. Becoming a different persona as a means to hurt somebody else on the internet is not okay and considered cyberbullying. If you or a friend is struggling with cyberbullying, please talk to a teacher or a trusted adult. We have your back, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that that bully stops. So the last point I want to talk about is screen time. Now, the longer you are using technology, the more likely that you are going to run into some physical or mental issues. It is always important to limit that amount of time that you are on a device. In order to help minimize some of the physical effects, you should be using a chair that's right for your height and size. So I'm 5 foot tall. I'm going to be needing a smaller chair than my husband, who is 6'4". You should also feel comfortable speaking to an adult. If they are driving with distractions, you should feel comfortable telling them to put their phone away and focus on the road. All right, let's sum it all up. First, assistive technologies allow for equal opportunity for full digital access online. Second, we need to be cognizant of the physical and emotional dangers that could occur from technology use, such as carpal tunnel, eye strain, distracted driving, and cyberbullying. If you or a friend is dealing with an issue regarding cyberbullying or sexting, you need to talk to a teacher or a trusted adult. Last but not least, limiting our screen time is going to help us combat some of these issues when dealing with physical and emotional dangers of being online for too long. Thank you so much for watching. Just so you know, we will not have a Lesson 3 video. I merged Lesson 1 and Lesson 3 together. So the next video is going to be Lesson 4, where we will be talking about digital law and responsibility. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.